Today's episode is brought to you by the book Everyone is a Sinner But Me, available now at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Pre-recorded from Volpes Studios, it's the MCS1 show, featuring Caleb, Hannah, and now your host, MCS1.
Welcome everyone! Welcome to another exciting edition of the MCS1 show. I'm MCS1, once again joined with my compadre, Caleb Hennon.
What up?
Yo, Caleb. Yo, what's up? The white trash bag!
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, we are in our final bracket today.
Kind of makes you sad.
Kind of makes me, well, round one of our final bracket.
Still kind of makes you sad.
I guess.
All the nostalgia from the other ones, that we just did.
For the past month.
Just kind of makes you nostalgic for the good times.
Oh, boy. You're only saying that because I hate nostalgia, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, gosh.
You know that.
Another topic I really want to bring up sometime. All right. Let's get to it. For those of you who are just kind of tuning in for some listeners, White Trash Bash is on a show we discuss society and counterculture, and there's a lot of things that we don't get to discuss, which involves a lot of celebrities in society, which all happen to be white. We figured this is the easiest way for us to discuss them and knock a lot of them out on our shows, because we don't want to give them their own individual shows because we don't love them that much.
No, we don't love. I mean, there are a few of them.
Maybe Jeff Foxworthy, the cable guy, and a few others, but
and I mean,
mostly no.
Both of our personal favorite, Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, of course. Of course. Let's get started. So today we have personal favorites and leftovers.
So, like, the best and the worst. Literally the best and the worst.
Yeah, it really is.
Of our bracket.
It's like, these guys are awesome, and these guys don't really fit in.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
The way that we are determining how these win, once again, we got a coin toss, which is ridiculous.
Yep, a dice roll.
A dice roll. A Magic 8-Ball app, which is snarky and rolls a lot of Barbie ads. And a rock, paper.
So many Barbie ads.
And a rock, paper, scissors match between Caleb and I.
So many Barbie ads.
Yeah, so this is completely left up to chance and Barbie ads. So, anyway, let's get started.
Yes.
So, first matchup, we have the Fat Smoker from our Smokers' Rights episode. If you don't know who he is, go back, check that out. Gosh, what a terrible person.
Great episode.
Yeah, great episode. Terrible human being.
Yes.
And then we have the you don't even know guy.
Who doesn't even know.
Yeah, who doesn't even know. This guy is a reference from a
throwback.
A throwback to our first season. And he kind of went away for a long time. And then we started getting like a bunch of fan feedback from people like, hey, what about the you don't even know guy? You don't even talk about him anymore.
You don't even know how much we don't talk about him
anymore. Yeah, you don't even know how much we don't talk about him anymore. So he first appeared in the Dealing with Bad Roommates episode.
Yes.
Which I think we should do a continuation of that, because that was a really interesting.
Oh, we totally should.
Really interesting thing that we were discussing. It's like the show back in the day, we were discussing so many general topics, and we weren't really drilling down. Because I don't think we really knew where we were going.
Yeah, but the You Don't Even Know guy was clearly a gem.
He clearly was. And he stood the test of time.
As he should.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I don't even know how he did, but he just did.
Yeah, nobody understands.
Yeah.
You don't even know. The You Don't Even Know guy doesn't even understand how it happened. You don't even know how he withstood the test of time. Because you can't even know that.
Okay. So heads will be the Fat Smoker, and tails will be the you don't even know guy. Caleb, explain the coin that you have today.
So once again, a nice regulation-sized quarter. On the one side, we have the beautiful mug of George Washington. Definitely not smiling, because if he did, his wooden teeth would fall out. And on the other side, we have Georgia, who follows the motto of wisdom, justice, and moderation.
The things I always think of when I think of Georgia.
Yeah, those are the things that come to mind when I think of those big fat Georgians and their overly expansive barbecues. And then in the middle of it, they have this peach. Now, the funny thing about this peach, I don't know if people have noticed, but like whenever you have a cartoonish kind of peach like this one, if you turn that peach upside down, it totally looks like a pair of butt cheeks.
Seems legit. I didn't
right?
know this until you told me.
I know, right? Now you're never gonna be able to unsee it.
Yeah, I won't be able to unsee it.
So so the fat smoker will be heads, and the you don't even know guy will be the Georgia peach butt.
All right, let's do this. Come on, Georgia Peach Butt.
Let's see what we got here. Washington has it again. The fat smoker moves
No!
on.
Yeah, I don't really see that happening in real life. Just throwing that out there.
No, dude, I don't.
He seems like the vindictive type, which he is.
Yes, yes.
But
You don't even know
you
how
don't even-
much the you don't even know guy wasn't going to be able to withstand his physical test.
Random thought.
Yes,
I know. Okay, where is the you don't even know guy right now?
Arizona.
Arizona. So
Yes.
so you know where he is. What's the update with this guy?
So
Because I get a lot of questions about him,
okay,
which is so random.
So the you don't even know guy, just so you guys all know, I mean,
I feel like this guy's gonna get his own show.
I love
even
how
though
relevant this is. We have to
Yes.
give him his own show. I feel like if we don't give him his own show, we're
It's
doing
so
a disservice
ridiculous.
to America.
We mentioned him once in an obscure show, and then we mentioned him a couple times throughout randomly. It was a running joke. Then it died off, and now people keep asking about him.
Well, it's because they don't even know.
Yeah,
know?
it's so ridiculous. Okay, Caleb, for those who haven't heard the episode,
Right.
tell a story about this
Real
guy.
quick story about this guy. Okay, so he's the guy, and everybody's had these, but everybody has that one roommate who has to one up you on everything, right? Now, in my case, it's the you don't even know guy. Now, the reason is because no matter what you would say, not only would he one up you, but he had to make sure that you knew that you didn't even know how much you were being one upped. Like this one time, we were just talking. In
sports practice.
yeah, it was about
This
sports
is
practice.
this is
Yes,
the
yeah,
example you
yeah.
mentioned on the show.
Yeah, and so we were on we were all talking about practices and stuff, and one of my roommates was a swimmer. Another one of my roommates and I both played basketball growing up in high school and stuff, and then he played football. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about football guys, but you don't even know this yet about football guys. But they definitely are some of the most emotional people on the planet.
We'll agree.
And here's the thing. We were talking about how like sometimes we would have to do endurance drills if we were messing around, right? And so we were talking about how for basketball, if you're familiar with basketball, we used to have to run suicides, which are awful. Thus the name. Basically in a suicide, you go baseline to free throw line, back to the baseline, to the center court, back to the baseline, to the opposite free throw line, back to the baseline, to the opposite baseline, back, right? And if you screwed around, I had a coach who would make us run 30 of those.
Wow.
30 without stopping. 30. The entire team.
What is with high school coaches?
They just really like to make you run.
I guess.
But anyway, so we were talking about that, and then the guy who was a swimmer was like, "Yeah, I mean, if we screwed up, we'd have to do."
Coach Bray had us go under the water for like 2 minutes.
For like 2 minutes, and then we'd all just come up floating, just dead. But no, they'd have to do not laps, but lengths, I think is what it's called. Where you go
whatever, it's swimming.
one side to the other side. Yeah, they'd go one side to the other side, and it was usually 100 meters. So you're talking about a football field, actually a little bit bigger than a football field. They'd be swimming that, and they'd have to go about 15 to 20 times, depending on the grievance or whatever, or if it was the first time offense or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now, the you don't even know guy pops up and goes, "You don't even know what it's like to run." Like when I was in football, dude, you guys just don't even know. And I'm dead serious. This is exactly how it went down. Okay, so he was like, "You guys don't even know." In football practice.
Now, hold on.
Wait.
Before you keep going about you don't even know. Explain what he's doing with the fingers.
Oh yeah,
Because you do this
so-
subconsciously every time you talk
Every time
about
I do
him
this, yes.
as well, and you need to
So,
explain this.
he would
'cause
always-
it's so funny.
He would always, first of all, he would always take his pointer finger and his middle finger, and his thumb would be sitting up like a gun, like when you're a kid and you're shooting somebody, you have the fake gun.
Bang.
So he'd have the fake gun. So his ring finger and his pinky would be tucked into his palm, right? And he puts his hand out, or puts his arm all the way out, just fully extends it in front of himself with the gun pointing to the side. So like it's like pointing in, and he would do both hands, basically having the guns point at each other. And he would just jerk him and say, "You don't even know. Like, you guys don't even know." And every time he said, "You don't even know," he would on the U, he would snap his elbows out and just have the hands up, just saying, "You don't even know." Like it wasn't enough to tell us that we didn't know. He had to physically demonstrate through this hand motion how much we didn't even know. And it was every
So
freaking
much.
time. And so anyway, so he would just sit there and he would just be like, "You guys don't even know what it's like when you're running in a football practice. Like because when you screw up in football, you guys don't even know." And he keeps wagging his hands back and forth.
You think it's a nervous
emphasizing-
habit,
I don't know, man.
or do you think he's just kind of an idiot?
You know, honestly, I don't even know. So
You think he knows?
I don't think anybody knows. I don't. There's a quote that my mom would always say about stuff like this, and she would always say, you know, God only knows, and even He's not sure.
God
So
doesn't even know.
God doesn't even know. He's not even sure. But anyway, so he did that, and he was like, "Yeah, one time I screwed off, and like in practice, and my coach made the whole team other than me run back and forth 50 times from sideline to sideline across the football field, and like you guys don't even know, like you just feel so bad when you let your teammates down like that, and dude, you guys don't even know. You don't even know how it feels to feel that bad unless you've been in that situation." And my buddy who was on the swim team turned to me so that only I could see, and he motioned his finger like a single tear going down his cheek.
Man.
And I was just like, I honestly wanted to hold the laugh in, but I just started laughing
And that's good. That's good.
because it
I know
was
it sounds
such
really
a
bad, but-
stupid thing.
Yeah, that's
Like-
good you laughed. Because holding those in, one of my biggest regrets in life is not laughing at something that was really funny.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I was just like, does this guy hear himself?
So the You Don't Even Know guy, are you Facebook friends with him, or do you just know that he's in Arizona?
Yeah, yes, we are Facebook friends. Or as I like to call it, Facebook avoidances.
Yes.
Now, one of the main reasons why I keep friends on Facebook, I'll be honest, I have
You want to keep
unfollowed.
up tabs.
But I have unfollowed a lot of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, and he's one of them because he got into a multi-level marketing scheme, and he just started posting crap about seaweed wraps and how to turn your life around and how
Turn
to
your
lose-
life around through seaweed apps.
Well, and he got into the snake oil thing, you know.
Oh,
and-
thank goodness.
And it's just like, dude, why? Just your dad owns a car dealership. Just go work for him.
Oh man, when we finally discuss MLMs on this show, we're gonna bring this guy back.
yeah,
up.
we're gonna have to. But
Definitely.
anyway, so he's married somehow. He has a child, another somehow.
Do you think? I know viewers at home want to hear this. They want to hear yes, but I know it's probably a no.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it'd be ever possible to get this guy on the show,
Oh, dude, I doubt it.
even if we let him plug some of his crap?
Here's the thing. I personally
Don't even know.
wouldn't want him around. I know that's harsh, and
that's why he was in the white
and
trash bag.
he's a nice person other than the you don't even know stuff. I shouldn't say that. That's a lie. He's
You don't even know if he's a nice person. other
he's
than
an
you don't even know
individual.
stuff.
I guess I don't really know him now. Maybe he changed. I mean, it's been 8 years since I last lived with him. 7 years.
A while.
It's been a while since I last lived with him, but man, living with that guy was one of the more painful things that I've ever done. And I think if I spent the afternoon with him, I'd probably hang myself by the end of it. Because
Are
I
you
wouldn't
sure?
even know.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, are you sure?
I
Or
wouldn't
do
even
you,
know.
You don't even know.
I wouldn't even know.
You don't even
How
know.
he'd
Well, there's
I'd like start and he'd be like, "You don't even know how to hang yourself."
okay. Well,
don't even know.
there you have it, people. There is the update on the You Don't Even Know guy. Now, next time we get a fan mail
Yeah.
question, whatever, we're just gonna straight up say,
Refer.
"Hey, this is it."
Go
Right.
listen to episode 4 of the White Trash Bag.
Exactly.
Or 5. This is the 5th because we did the introductory.
After this is the 4th of the tournaments.
Right.
Because we did the brackets.
4th of the tournaments. Yes.
Yeah. So listen to the 4th. Yeah. Listen to this episode basically. Next up, we got the entire town of Spanish Fork, Utah versus the entire town of Logan, Iowa.
Is there a way that both of them can lose.
Gosh, I wish. Let's do this, Caleb. On your dice app, if they tie, they both lose,
Okay.
and
All
the
right.
fat smoker will somehow proceed to the third round
Oh man. Okay.
automatically. But if they tie, I will accept that.
Well, okay. So we've got Spanish Fork is the 12-sided. Logan is the 2 6s. Let's see what we get. It wasn't a tie. Logan, Iowa advances with a 12. They literally,
Wow.
I mean, Spanish Fork got a 10, and I'm thinking they're good.
Man,
Logan got that 12.
the last time you'll ever think Spanish Fork is good.
The last time Spanish Fork will ever be that close to winning something.
And the last time that Logan, Iowa will ever advance
Hopefully.
in something. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
true.
I'm really hoping that fat smoker takes him down.
I'm really hoping the entire town of Logan, Iowa gangs up on the fat smoker. Because, man,
Okay.
I hate that guy.
Okay.
Man, I can't wait to one day find his truck and key the crap out of it.
Seriously. So, not much to say about Spanish Fork other than
You thought it was funny to throw in this.
what a terrible place. just awful.
I hear they have a Who Hot. It's a Mongolian
Sure.
grill chain that's really awesome.
Oh, that's something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got.
I mean, they also have a one-man band, but you don't hear me talking about it.
Yeah,
Well, you just did, actually.
yeah, I
so
just did. I was just thinking.
It literally just happened right now.
Let's move on. The Finding Bigfoot cast versus the cast of Duck
Those
Dynasty.
Freaking idiots. Both of them.
Oh, man. Gosh. All right. Well, the cast of Finding Bigfoot win against a fight against the cast of Duck Dynasty. Come on, 8-Ball.
Come on, Magic 8 Ball. Don't Barbie it
I
up.
have been shaking you. Well, they most likely.
What does that mean?
That means yes to me.
Okay, yes. So Finding Bigfoot moves
Finding
on.
Bigfoot advances.
Good job, guys. You did it.
Duck Dynasty, as I mentioned in the previous show, I'm kind of glad the Duck Dynasty craze is over.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
think everyone is kind of glad that I think Duck Dynasty is glad that Duck Dynasty craze is over. I mean, what a dumb. It's just purely indicative of how America is now. Everything has to
Yeah.
be quote unquote reality TV, when we all know that nobody really acts like that.
I don't know. Have you ever been to the entire town of Spanish Fork, Utah, or the entire town of Logan, Iowa?
Ah, crap. Throwing that one back in my face. Good call.
Oh, man. All right. Next up, we got David Duke.
Literally the worst person on the planet.
Literally. Versus Dr. Phil. All right, here we go.
Okay. Really hope Dr. Phil pulls this one out.
Yeah. Same. All right, right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Dr. Phil has
Dr.
it.
Phil has it.
Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Mark, why don't you take this one for Dr. Phil?
Well, Dr. Phil advanced, so we don't gotta talk smack about him.
I just wanted you to say his voice a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
But could you do the David Duke bashing in the Dr. Phil voice?
The thing is, I really don't care much for David Duke, and I don't really have much to say about him. I don't care much for this Ku Klux Klan that he was a part of or is a part of. I could, the story's never straight with him.
No, it isn't. You're right, Dr. Phil. You're right.
I usually am.
Thank you for that.
Oh, God. You got any words of wisdom you would like to impart about David Duke, or should we just move on?
David Duke is definitely the embodiment of modern day racism.
Wow.
Like actual modern day racism.
Yes.
And I when I said he was literally the worst person on the planet, I don't know if that's true, but he's terrible, and I'm really glad that he didn't win. But I'm also glad that we included him.
Yeah.
So that he could lose
He had
Dr. Phil.
He had the opportunity to lose.
Yes.
And that's what makes him special.
It is. And if you really think about it, it is.
And the best part is he gets a participation ribbon.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't even get that.
Nope. He is the one guy who doesn't get that.
Oh boy.
We're gonna give one to Rosie O'Donnell, but not him.
Oh man. Well, Rosie's used to those types of things.
Well, yeah, because she's never won a thing in her life.
Oh boy. So next up, we have John Cena.
Who doesn't love John Cena?
I just love people saying John Cena's voice. And
Dude, have you heard the prank call with John Cena?
no, I have not.
Okay, we're gonna have. I'll show you that one later. It's pretty funny.
All right. So John Cena versus Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor. All right. Okay. For those of you who are unfamiliar, John from WWE wrestler, and Conor McGregor is an actual MMA fighter. And,
One of them goes into staged fights, and the other is a WWE wrestler. So this
nice.
Oh boy.
All right, so we've got John Cena on heads and Conor McGregor on the peach butt. Ooh, Conor McGregor takes it with the peach butt. Jeez. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about the prank call with John Cena since he lost.
Poor John
Basically,
Cena.
there's this lady, this radio station does a prank call to this woman at her house, but John Cena. So this guy tells this radio station to call his wife over and over and tell her to come to WrestleMania featuring John Cena.
Oh man.
And it's amazing. And it's super elaborate, super long. At one point they do it like 5 or 6 times, and she gets really pissed, and she's like telling him she's gonna call the effing cops on him, all this stuff. So at one point they call her up, and she answers, "What the fuck do you want?" And they in this really sweet voice they reply, "Ma'am, we were actually calling to see if you supported the U.S. military and veterans." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Yes, I do." And then they go in and they're like, "Well, that's good because a former Marine needs your support this weekend, and his name is John Cena."
Was John Cena actually a Marine?
Yeah, he was. He was a Marine.
Oh, he wasn't just
Yeah.
in the movie The Marine.
No. The movie The Marine, they did that because he was in the Marines.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did not know
Terrible
that.
movie. Awful.
I never saw.
Just
I
bad.
talked about it last time.
Just bad.
That I saw a different movie when the choice was between that and Little Miss
Yeah.
Sunshine.
The choice between that and getting kicked in the balls, I'm pretty sure I would choose the kick in the balls.
Oh.
And anyway. But yeah, so John, don't really like you, but you're nice.
I always joked a while ago. Everyone was always asking me for a while when I first moved to Utah. They're like, "What do you want for your birthday?" or "What do you want for Christmas?" I would be like, "I want a John Cena action figure."
Oh my god.
And it was just like my favorite running joke because I knew no one would buy that for me because it was so stupid, and no one ever did.
That is
as
the
well,
saddest thing I've
and-
ever heard.
What'd you say?
That's one of the saddest things I've ever heard.
Yeah,
You don't even know how sad that makes me.
Well, I one time went was hanging out with Shane Barker, and he knew about this
Right.
as well. And when we saw the John Cena action figure, I was like, "Shane, I want this." And he's just like shaking his head at me. He's like, "Oh, John Cena."
He didn't buy it for you?
No, he didn't.
What a-
yeah,
What an awful person.
yeah, Shane. If you're listening, which I know you're not, you're a terrible friend.
Just the worst.
Terrible. All right, next up, we got Adam Sandler versus Matthew McConaughey.
If you don't know who those guys are, I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've got Adam Sandler on the 12-sided and Matthew McConaughey on the 2 6s. Let's see what we get. All right, there's the roll. Ooh, Adam Sandler blew him out of the water. 12-5.
Man, I'm a huge McConaughey fan. If you know how like in Dungeons and Dragons they have different alignments like lawful neutral, lawful good, neutral,
Right.
neutral, and things like that. My favorite alignment that I love to tell people is I'm chaotic McConaughey. Because it's so ridiculous. They're like,
No way.
"What?"
What does that mean?
Yeah, and it's probably a chaotic neutral would be my guess, but he's not really neutral. He's just like a neutral, super chill dude. But saying
Yeah.
chaotic McConaughey is hilarious,
Right.
And just that whole thing. So I love Matthew McConaughey, but oddly enough, I did not see Free State of Jones that he was recently in,
Really?
and for some reason, I did not want to see that movie
Huh.
because of Matthew McConaughey.
Oh.
And I love everything he is in. But like when I
Wait,
saw the trailer, and he's like,
wait. Magic Mike?
"Was he in Magic Mike?"
Yes.
Really? Huh. Well, added to Amazon wishlist queue movies.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll get you that in a John Cena action figure for Christmas.
Man, I finally have a reason to look forward to the holidays. But yeah, I did not want to see Free State of Jones just based off the trailer. And McConaughey was like, in it, he's like, "We're doing this for our children and for our children's children." And I was just like, I can't see this movie, despite the fact that it could be good.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite Matthew McConaughey movie?
Favorite McConaughey movie or movie that he's in?
Movie that he's in, I mean.
Tropic Thunder.
Oh, man. What a great pick.
Yeah, good pick,
Oh,
huh?
what a great pick.
Great pick, isn't it?
Holy crap.
He's the,
I forgot he was in that.
you know, people forget a lot about that movie. Like, that people are in that one.
Because Tom Cruise is the main promoter in that one, right?
Yeah.
Or director or something?
No. Tom Cruise is like the evil director, I guess.
That's who he is. That's
Yes,
who he
and
is.
McConaughey is the agent.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was probably my favorite Robert Downey Jr. role.
That was probably my favorite Tom Cruise role as well.
At least the non-Sherlock Holmes ones, because I really liked him as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that movie really underrated, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
underrated.
I'm not a big Ben Stiller guy, but I liked that movie.
I
a
love
lot.
Ben Stiller, and I really liked that movie a lot. Like it hit close to home for some reason. I don't know why. I'm guessing because there was a lot of film stuff going on, and the part where the grip punches a guy in the face towards the beginning. That's probably my favorite. I love that part where Tom Cruise is like, on that video Skype call, he goes, "You, the grip, punch him in the face," and he's like, "Sorry, man." He just slugs him. I love that.
Oh, great movie.
Great movie. All right, so next up we got Ron White and Bill Engvall.
Yeah, so these guys, just for those of you who are unaware, they're the other two from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour that includes Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, and then these two guys, Ron White and Bill Engvall. Both really funny guys. To be honest, I personally like their humor a lot. So,
Do you think these guys would fight in real life?
heck no,
No.
heck no. Especially not these two. If anything, Ron White and Larry the Cable Guy would fight in real life.
Seems legit.
Mostly just to see who could win. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well, Magic 8 Ball, who would win in a fight between... No, sorry. So Magic 8 Ball, would Ron White win in a fight between Bill Engvall? And the answer may surprise you. Shake. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired of this app.
Yeah, dude.
Ask again later. You just said that. And I was shaking you to preempt not getting an ad. I'm really tired of this app.
Maybe we should just go get a real Magic 8 Ball.
No, not this time. Most likely, again.
So Ron White has it.
Ron White has it. I am not trusting this 8 Ball so much, but I'm going to keep going forward with it.
Oh, so what can we say about Bill Engvall? For anybody that has listened to his stuff before, he's the "Here's Your Sign" guy. Which the sign is based. So, and if you don't know a little bit of the backstory behind that, the sign is basically a sign that says "You're an idiot." So it's a sign that he literally is handing people a sign. Not literally. He's figuratively handing people a sign that says "idiot" so they can wear it, right? So basically, so to give an example of one of them, he locked his keys in his car one time, and he has a coat hanger, right? And he's trying to get in through the window to get the lock to get it open. And this guy walks up to him and goes, "Hey, did you lock your keys in your car?" And he goes, "Nope, just washed it and hanging it out for a dry." Here's your sign. And that's kind of how those jokes go. But super funny guy. Another one of those really down to earth guys like Jeff Foxworthy that tells stories about his life in a funny way.
Hence why he's on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Right. But yeah, I really enjoy his humor. Funny guy. If you haven't listened to his stuff before, I definitely would love it if you did.
Sweet. Next up, we got Dog the Bounty Hunter and Cloyd Rivers.
No introduction needed for Dog.
Yeah,
definitely.
seriously.
And then Cloyd's just kind of a social media presence.
And this is Battle of the Mullets because they got sick mullets.
Yes, both of them have absolutely sick mullets.
All right, rock, paper,
All right.
scissors. Here we go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Dog the Bounty Hunter advances.
Oh, so what can we say about Cloyd?
May he rest in peace with his mullet on this one.
Yes. Sorry, Cloyd. To you and your mullet. Cloyd's a pretty funny guy. I like him. he says some things that I don't agree with, but I mean, I don't think there's anybody that you're really going to 100% agree with other than yourself.
And even then, sometimes.
And even then, sometimes I'm like, wow, I was an idiot.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there thinking to myself, man, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know anything about this topic. I better do some research. But no, Cloyd's he's a pretty funny guy. He's very much a red-blooded American. Very, like, probably even more than Sarah Palin.
Ugh.
You know?
Sarah Palin got knocked out, right?
I think so, didn't she?
Yeah. No, she advanced.
Oh, no, she advanced. So we could have a matchup of no, actually we couldn't.
No, it'd be like if they both advanced, they could have fought each other, but
anyway, no, Cloyd's he's just the funny thing about Cloyd really is that he's just a dude with a mullet who actually is
a dude with a mullet.
Well, but who's actually relatively intelligent is kind of my point there. So. Anyway, miss you, Cloyd. Probably. Yeah. I don't know you in real life, but I guess I miss you.
No. All right. So that concludes round 1 of the Total White Trash Bash. So we're going to probably start speeding things up on these as well. The first round is always the hardest, but now we can actually start going through and going a lot quicker at a much faster rate. So yeah. Anyway, I want to thank Caleb Hennon for coming on today.
Always.
And until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the MCS1 show. For bi-weekly episodes on society and counterculture, subscribe on iTunes, Google Play or Stitcher. For regular updates, show notes and links, head to the MCS1show.com or search AOL keyword MCS1.